Highland Park mass shooter appeared in court this morning and confessed to killing 7 victims and wounding dozens more. As the community continues to grieve, law enforcement face new questions about how the shooter had access to guns after he made violent threats against his own family. Our political editor Mark Maxwell has new details from Illinois State Police tonight. Mark.
And while survivors in the July 4th massacre grapple with that impossible question, how could this happen? We wanted to know, why didn't red flag laws work to stop this mass shooting? Illinois indeed has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, yet the mass shooter bought his guns legally there. Here's a bit of a timeline. In 2019, police took more than a dozen knives from his home after receiving an alert that he had threatened to, quote, kill everyone. He had no guns at the time, and police returned those knives eventually to his father when he claimed they belonged to him. His mother would later dispute that claim that he ever made the threat at all. So while the red flag was put in place temporarily, it expires automatically every 6 months unless local police go back before a judge and convince the court the person is still in ongoing danger. At some point, that red flag expired before his father helped him apply for a firearm owner's ID, or FOID card.
I don't know the internal process of the Illinois State Police in terms of after that report was taken. We know there was not an application for a FOID pending at that time. The current red flag laws, you have a process where things are reported to the Illinois State Police with respect to FOIDs, and then you have the red flag laws, which is what I was referring to, which were passed in 2019 or effective in 2019, in terms of getting a court order where family members and other individuals who know the person at issue have to go to a court.
The Illinois State Police Director just held a virtual video conference moments ago and said essentially this: in Illinois, gun laws have 2 levels of consequence, temporary and permanent. If you threaten someone, courts can take your guns for 6 months at a time until you show a court that you're no longer a risk. State Police Director Brendan Kelly said they must meet a much higher standard to revoke your FOID card and permanently strip someone from legally owning guns. He says they just did not have enough evidence back then for that permanent ban, and by the time the shooter applied for that FOID with his dad's help, the 2019 red flag had already expired.
Mark.